IELTS writing session. We are talking about the basics today. Okay, so as you people are new to the system, so I'll be telling about them. I'll be telling things in greater detail. Okay, so this is IELTS writing. IELTS writing, as you know, that IELTS writing is divided into two parts. I mean, there are two types of tests are there: general and academic. General is divided further into two parts. That is task one letter, task two. There will be an essay. So academic is also further divided into two parts. That is task one is a pie chart or a graph or a line graph or a picture, and task two is an essay. So let's move on further. Okay, so let's talk about IELTS general training. So IELTS general training, task one is a letter. The letter is of 150 words. Task two is an essay. 50 words. Time allotted is 20 minutes. Time allotted is 40. Value is one third, that is 50. And value is two third of essay, that is 66%. Formal, semi-formal or informal letters can be there in the task one. And there would be an essay on any topic of global importance. Further to ICE Academic. ICE Academic things will change. Like the task one would be the same words, there would be 150 words, and you will be given 20 minutes, and the value will be same one third, that is 33.33%. Task two, there would words would be 250 words, time would be 40 minutes, value would be two third. Essay on any topic of global importance will be there. The only difference is that the task one will consist of bar graph, line graph, pie chart, picture, process, table, or map for ICE Academy. Any of those can come in the exam. Now let's move on further and know your word limit. So how many words do you write on an average on a British Council IDP answer sheet? That is important. So you have to find your average per line over the answer sheet. I have told it many times, but I feel that most of you are not following it. So it is very important. Those who are attempting the offline exam, that is the classroom, that is the like the pen and paper based exam. Be careful that this is going to. I mean, this can become a trouble for you when you will be writing your exam, because you need to know like what is your average per line. That is how many words you write on an average on the British Council or IDP's sheet. So that makes you to count your words very easily, and you will be whenever you will be writing, you will be in a if you will be in the practice of writing over onto those sheets, so that will be helping you in the exam also. Okay, so simple things are there, like you know this, I have told you many times, but then also like you need to do one thing, you need to write three lines on the sheet and then you need to calculate the average. After calculating the average divided by 250, so 250 divided by 10 for example comes to be 25. So 25 lines you are going to write for total. 25 lines plus 10% can be written. Beyond 10% shouldn't be written because it will give you a negative impression about you. And one more thing that has to be remembered, that there would be negative marking for writing lesser number of words. So do not write 240 words, try to write 280 words, but do not cross the limit of 300 or 290 words. So as you know that the division of content into paragraphs, there would be mainly three things: introduction, main body, conclusion, like any other piece of writing. So first, it is like intro, first paragraph, main body, third three paragraphs, conclusion, one paragraph. So it can be 1 is to 2 is to 1 also. It can be 1 is to 3 is to 1 also. It could be 1 is to 4 is to 1 also. It depends on how you write. But generally it is 1 is to 3 is to 1. That is considered to be a good one. Now, read question many times before writing. Now, time and again told people, so to read the question deeply. I mean, you need to understand the deeper meaning of it, so as to handle the question in a better way. You need to be understanding all the types of various types of sub questions in the question, what which the which they are trying to ask from you. So read the question many times till the time you understand each and every word of it. So generally it is being said that to read the question for 10 times. Out of that, read for 5 times, 6 times. Your answers must be precise, relevant, and must be in the context of the question being asked. So no need to say this that it should be in the context of the question, but what happens is many a times when you have not read the question, then you get deviated. You think that something else is there and you write something else, but actually it isn't there. It is related to that, but yet it is not there. So try reading the question many times. This will be helping in resolving such situations. Now the next important points like cohesiveness, coherence, use of lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy. We have been saying this to you again and again from last many classes that these are the important parameters of IELTS and we cannot move ahead without adhering to these. We need to adhere to these because we need to get our marks and the marks you cannot obtain without achieving these parameters. So cohesiveness is nothing but bringing all together all your thoughts and ideas. So any topic, be it any topic, if you have read it well, so you can easily be bringing that, those ideas together. So you'll be first of all be thinking about those ideas, you'll be planning, you'll be strategizing, and then you'll be bringing together thoughts and ideas. That is called cohesiveness. So any topic, if you have 5 to 10 points, if you have handy with you while you're brainstorming, then it also helps you to write the answer in an effective way. Now the next is coherence. Coherence means being logical and practical in your approach. That means you need to be very logical. You should, whenever you write, you should be very logical and very practical in your approach. You should not be very emotional or diverted towards some other part of the essay. Okay, so use of lexical resources means use of related vocabulary. So anything which is like related to the, which is related to the question, those words you are going to use throughout the question, whether this word would be a simple word or it would be complex, but it will be counted as a lexical resource. So next is grammatical range and accuracy. So grammatical range and accuracy means types of sentences and the grammar usage. So as many types of sentences you will be using, that the better it will get. You need to communicate your answer. I mean your sentences should be precise, short, and to the point, and yet it should be of various types, and the grammar usage should be perfect. I think is very important is paraphrasing. We should not forget this thing that rephrasing or paraphrasing the question is very important. The moment you'll be getting your question, and first of all you'll be doing what? You'll be planning for the main body, and then after that you'll start to write your introduction. Paraphrasing is one of the eminent part of the introduction, which would include your neutral background statement also and thesis statement also along with paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is nothing but a set of you have to follow the 3 steps. Like as you can see, change the order of the sentence, flip the words, that is using synonyms, and editing the sentence. We have done it earlier also. We can do it further also in the future classes. We'll be paraphrasing 2 or 3 things so as to understand it in a better way. Now, cohesiveness. Now, explaining in detail what is cohesiveness, like bringing all together all your thoughts and ideas. So, planning, strategizing, or brainstorming is a part of it, and it is like you need to put all these things together, like the ideas, the thoughts, the examples, to to become cohesive. But cohesiveness doesn't mean that only gathering all the ideas. It should be like, yes, gathering all those ideas, but combining it with the grammatical range means whenever it comes to delivery, right? Whenever it comes to writing this particular thing into 3, 4, 5 lines, first of all, you need to understand that you need to write a summary of all your thoughts. So if there are 10 thoughts which are there with you, you should be able to funnel down to 3 or 4 solid points which would be covering all those 10 points. So now this is an art which you need to learn by practice. So the more the questions you'll be writing and the more the main bodies you'll be preparing, the better you'll be getting with the cohesiveness and the grammatical range also. Why? Because cohesiveness is one thing which is like gathering just those 10 points. And grammatical range is the art of funneling it down into 3 sentences. And those 3 sentences should be like, it should be like a complex sentence, it should be like a compound sentence or question sentence. So in this way, you'll be achieving the cohesiveness and the grammatical range also, and it will be employing 2, 3 words to shorten the meaning of the entire passage or paragraph. So you'll be employing some words also, good words. So in one go, I'm saying that you will be achieving 3-4 parameters in just one go. That is the cohesiveness, the use of lexical resources, and the grammatical range, obviously. And combining this, you'll be achieving the coherence also. So in one stance, you'll be able to, and it is quite possible people do it. Time and again, they do it in their answers. But the only thing how this can come into your writings is like practicing more. If you practice more, then only you'll be writing 10 points, then you'll be planning 10 points, and then you'll be writing, sorry, 3 points, and 3 points in an effective way and with the use of various types of sentences. Okay. So what I recommend is like that you should always do one thing, that is, plan beforehand and write precisely yet accurately, yet using all those types of sentences. Now let's move further. So being logical and practical in approach, like question is related to, for example, alcohol. Alcohol should be banned. Now there are long queues these days, as you might have seen on the news also. So something related to that, that all drunkards must be put behind the bars, and teetotalers who never drink, okay, maintain your standpoint. So it is like being said here, like if you are a teetotaler and you say that all drunkards must be put behind the bar, so it's not a logical statement. It's like quite impractical. Okay, so maintain your standpoint, but remain practical. Do not get into much of the much on, I would say, your language should not go hem and haw. Like it should not be going sometimes extremely towards the positive points or extremely towards the negative points. Try to avoid that. Try to use the right set of words, the right set of language. You should be formal in your writing. You should not go informal in your writing. And you should be very logical and practical in your thoughts, or that reflection should come in your writing. On to the next part and see what lexical resources means. So, so I gave this example to everyone, I mean, so as to make them understand that I drove into the hotel and parked my vehicle near the driveway. The valet handed me over the valet ticket. I stepped inside the hotel where I was frisked. By approaching towards the front office, I saw a travel desk on my left and a bell desk on my right. Then I asked the duty manager where are the keys of my non-smoking room, for my non-smoking room. So there is a spelling mistake. But these are the letters which are emboldened. You can see these are the related vocabulary related to this particular part. So parking is a very simple word, yet it is a lexical resource. Why? Because it is related to the question or related to this hotel visit. So driveway is also very simple, but yet it is related. Valet is simple. Now, can you see the usage of any very good word? I mean, frisking is good word. So, but any other word is not so very good. I mean, then also it is a lexical resource. Okay, so lexical resource means related vocabulary.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll proceed. Okay. So as we have already seen and what we are going to do with lexical resources, now we are going to talk about grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical range and accuracy, the word itself suggests that we are going to cover entire grammatical range and the accuracy which is related to the topic. Grammatical range is how grammatically correct the writing is. Grammatical range is the type of sentences we are going to use. Simple, compound, complex, conditional, passive, question. So there are different type of sentences which we are going to imbibe in our writing. Now we have some simple sentences here. Ram is going to market. He met his friend. So this is a very simple or the simplest way I would say to tell that Ram is going to market and he met his friend. Now we are going to add compound. So that means we are going to add and, yet, so, for. So using these things, it is like Ram is going to market and he met his friend. So what it is all about, we are adding a connector, we are adding a word in between, and it says Ram is going to market and he met his friend. Now we have a complex sentence here. While it's a connector, While Ram was going to market, he met his friend. So you see the difference, that the meaning is same, sentences are same, but just by using some very simple words, we have changed the way those sentences are framed. Now we'll be talking about time management, which turns out to be one of the biggest hidden issue. Why I would say hidden issue? Because we don't give much importance to time management, because writing is the part of examination which is conducted at the last. So you're already tired, you have done listening, you have done 1 hour of reading. Now you have to manage two writing within 1 hour. So how we are going to break the time in between? Brainstorming of main body has to be given for essay 10 minutes, and if you are talking about letter or academic writing, it has to be 5 minutes. While you have to write an introduction, take another 10 minutes, because introduction would be the really the first part, the presentation, the start of writing. If you will miss the introduction, you will not go for proper introduction, you might not come up with a good writing altogether. We will be giving 5 minutes for the introduction writing of letter and academic part. Then when we have to write the main body, we'll be using another 10 minutes. So we use 10 minutes for brainstorming, 10 minutes for writing just the introduction part, 10 minutes for main body, and 5 minutes to write the conclusion. 5 more minutes are there with us, which are totally utilized only and only for the revision. Any kind of spelling mistake, any kind of grammatical error in verb forms, SES, spellings, you can recheck. You can, also go for a better vocabulary. You can remove some simple word with the synonym in that amount of time. So all the last 5 minutes can be better utilized for revision and reframing of any of the portion which was left earlier. Similarly, you have to give 5 minutes, five, 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 and then 3 minutes for the conclusion and 2 minutes for the revision in the letter writing or writing for the academics. This time management is very important. Sometimes people just jump into writing without even thinking, and after writing 3 to 4 lines, they feel puzzled how to proceed. They try to rub, come back again, write again. So all those things take away the time and energy. So please stick to this time management even when you are doing this practice at home. Here we have a sample sheet which you all must have seen earlier. So in this sample sheet, we can see where we have to write our name, and this sample sheet is not only to show you, but it is an important factor that you can always divide the columns by yourself by seeing that in this particular sheet how much you have to write. Some people have very big handwriting in which the letters which they make are huge in size. Some people write in a different manner, the size of the writing is quite compressed. So rather than counting again that how many words you have written, when you will be writing on these sheets while you are doing practice, you will get to know that when I finish this sheet 1.5, my words are over, or when I cover this sheet completely on both the sides, then my writing is up to 250 words or 140 words accordingly. So it is totally about your handwriting, which is very important. So this sheet would be utilized to help you that how much area needs to be covered rather than counting again and again. Now we'll be understanding the format of essay. What is the format of the essay? The introduction part. The introduction part consists of neutral background statement, paraphrasing, and thesis statement. So make sure when you are writing in format of essay, you are covering all these three parts. You are starting with a neutral background statement, paraphrasing, thesis statement. Second would be the main body. Main body has argument 1, argument 2, and your opinion with some examples which will be related to the topic. Last would be the conclusion. We have a proper essay template over here in which we see that how we proceed. So these templates are nothing but they are kind of a ready-made statements. And these ready-made statements help you to save your time. They also help you to write in a professional way. Otherwise, you keep on writing the way you want. This essay template would be forwarded to you. Otherwise, also, if you don't have it before. So it is like whenever you have to write an introduction, you can simply start. You can take up any X, Y, Z, any kind of example from your IELTS book or anywhere around, and you can put this introduction there. These days, there's an ongoing debate between people about. So this is a sentence which can be used in mostly, I would say 90% of our IELTS writing questions. The remaining 10% could be little different, but mainly you can cover 90% of those by starting this line whenever you feel like. These days, there's an ongoing debate between the people about, then what would be the question? While it is possible to claim that, then again there's a dash. My view is that the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. In this essay, I shall explain my point of view by analyzing both sides of the argument. So you can see that there are two dashes in between. The first dash would be filled by paraphrasing of the question which is given there, and the second statement would be about what opinion you are not favoring. You need to try this by writing on your own, then you will be able to understand it better that how this is actually helping
We'll
you.
be doing one question today using this template.
Okay. So would you like to proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the sample question, people. Please note it down somewhere in your sheets because we are going to do it together. Please note it down because after noting it down, I'll be moving this to this particular template and you will be seeing it on your screen and you'll be using this to write your answer. We don't have to, you can use n number of ideas you can brainstorm, but we are going to practice this over this template only. Okay, so you just need your idea and we'll be giving you an example. I mean, you'll be learning after this that how to put your ideas into this template in a case of an emergency situation when you'll be writing there in the exam, and if you're not getting much of the ideas and you're running short of time, so you can always use this template. Okay, so let's understand this and let's note down this question first. I'll be giving you just 2 minutes to note down this question. Okay, now for the new students especially, I would be telling you few things that I'm reading the question. Nowadays, more and more students, foreign students, are going to English speaking countries to learn the international language English. It is undoubtedly true that studying English in an English speaking country is the best way, but it is not the only way to learn it. Do you agree or disagree with the above statement? So people, as you can see in IELTS, generally there are two views, as I told you every time, that there are, for one question, there are always, there would be two views. So here there is one view, that is that studying English in English speaking country is the best way. This is viewpoint one. But it is not the only way to learn it, it is viewpoint two. So your main body is getting divided into these two parts, as you can see here. First, you'll be writing the introduction. That is very easy. You have to just fill two blanks. The next is second paragraph and third paragraph. Second paragraph, you'll be taking up any one viewpoint here. Generally, you tend to take that viewpoint which you are not supporting, or you are supporting. It's okay. It's up to you. So first viewpoint you'll be writing here. The second viewpoint you will be writing in the third paragraph. So those who are saying that, okay, like English speaking countries, you need to go to English speaking countries to learn English language, that is I'll be putting in the second paragraph. And then third paragraph, then I'll be saying no, those, for those I'll be describing about those. Hello, am I audible now, ma'am? So it is like the first one is like, it is undoubtedly true that studying English in an English speaking country is the only way. So this is, we are going to put this argument in one paragraph, and the next one in the another paragraph we are going to put it like that it is not the only way to learn it. Okay, so you are going to write about it, and you can add a third paragraph, a next paragraph also in the main body. So this is a template for four paragraphs. You can add up one more paragraph in the before the conclusion, saying that in my opinion this is the scene. So in my opinion you can add with an example. Okay, if you don't want to, you can go with the essay template only also. Please write this and please send it on to my WhatsApp, everyone, please. Let's start. I hope that everybody would have copied the question. Anybody left? If not, then we'll be going ahead. I'll be giving you some 15 minutes to write it. Let's take 15 minutes to, oh, not 15 minutes. I'll be giving you some 20 minutes, because the template is in front of you. Don't have to think much. So that's why I'm giving you lesser time, not 40 minutes. All the best, people. We'll be catching up after 20 minutes. By that time, the screen will be there on the display. Okay, Sanchit, if you have written on this, then you can pick up any other question from the book and you can write it using the template only. All the best. Time starts now.
Hello, Santosh. I have one question. Santosh, are you there?
Yes, you can please ask.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to ask whether in second paragraph we have to write for the decision or against the decision.
You
Like if
mean
I am,
second paragraph? Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean I am right. I am going with the speaking non speaker learning English in a non-speaking country. So I have to. This is my point, for which I will
Mhm.
write in a four way. So in second paragraph, I
Uh,
have to write like in opposite way or to the for the statement.
for like after
Okay, and
introduction, you have to write for, and then in the third paragraph you will be writing in for the like the next thing which you are not favoring, but still you will be telling what are the options.
okay means I whatever I'm favoring, I should be write in the second paragraph.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Are we done? Are we done?
Ma'am, actually, I have done.
I need time.
I need more time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, you're done?
I just asked, so like they need little time, I believe.
Okay, let them take 2-3 minutes more.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. Okay, we are starting now. Okay, please be careful. May I have your attention, please, everyone? Let's start. So it is like first will foreign students are going to it's not audible. Yes, there is some noise coming. Please mute your phone. Everyone, please mute your phones. Okay, that's good. So now let's discuss this. So nowadays, more and more foreign students are going to English-speaking countries to learn the international language English. It is undoubtedly true that studying English in an English-speaking country is the best way, but only way to learn it. Do you agree or disagree with the above statement? Okay, so I want you to please open up your mics and tell me like what you have written here. So these days there is an ongoing debate between people about what?
Uh, about the learning of English language internationally in countries where English is a native language.
Okay, where it is possible to claim that.
Uh,
Anybody else?
uh,
Please, one by one. Komal, please, are you there? Komal, Harpreet.
No, sir, she left.
Okay. Who's not there? Just a minute, people.
Santosh, your voice is not audible,
Okay,
I guess.
people left.
Breaking. Hello?
Ajit ma'am is there. Yes.
The voice is breaking.
Okay, so Kamaljit ma'am, are you there? Please tell me what you've written here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. What you have written in the second, it is possible to claim that.
So there are several reasons
People,
why
you have to
foreign
use it.
students are going to English speaking country. One of them is that
Okay.
बंद कर दो ना भैया.
Okay. Okay. One of them is that.
Is that the atmosphere around them must uplift their self-confidence because they used to conversation in English all the time. It can also be argued that student
Okay.
student in foreign country
Okay. Student go in that country. What's next?
so
Okay.
wait,
Anyone else? Yes. Yes. Please tell me. Okay, Arjun. Mr. Arjun, are you there? What you have written here? Okay, Sanchit, you can tell.
So I have to start from second paragraph or from where?
Yes, second, from the very beginning.
From the very beginning.
Yes.
Okay. So these days there is an ongoing debate between people about the learning of English language internationally in countries where English is a native language. While it is possible to claim that learning this great language is the best way to learn English, but I believe in the notion that it is not the only way to do it. In this essay,
Okay.
I will explain my point of view by analyzing both sides of the argument.
Okay,
Uh,
stopping you. So see
yeah.
people how intelligently he has used this. Okay, so he has not included. He had not included this disadvantages outweigh the advantages because it is not going with the flow. Okay, so it is not going along. So that's why he curtailed this. He has scrapped this, and now he moved on further with other set of words. Okay, so that's good. So you have to do what? You have to use essay template very intelligently. You don't have to, copy word to word exactly. No, but most of the points, in fact, yes, you are going to copy. Okay, so that it would be helpful to you. Okay, it should not become a burden. It should become an advantage. Okay. Yes, please move on. Second paragraph.
Uh, to begin with, there are several reasons why studying in native English speaking countries are enormously popular among the students, especially the younger ones. One of them is that the ability to grasp the nitty-gritties and getting the more opportunities to speak and communicate with the people, as most
Wow.
of the people speak English.
Very nice, very nice. So nitty gritty you have used, and there are several reasons why. And the younger ones, this is very nice. Okay, so it can also be argued that further.
uh, it should also be taken into account that you get the chance to interact with students from different parts of nations and culture. Thus, you can get the ability to develop extraordinary accent in short period of time.
Very good, very nice, logical. Okay, third paragraph.
Those who argue for learning the language from native countries have different views and prioritize learning the language from other sources. Firstly, they claim that due to the advancement of technology, more and more people are connected globally. Therefore, and also then there are teaching agencies of abroad or institutes having native faculties in the country itself. Thus, all the
Very good.
opportunities can be taken without moving to another country.
Wow, that's a good one. Very good, very good. So it's done, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what about others? Come on, I want the second person to be now telling me. Are you there? Would you be telling it to us? The entire writing which you have written? Let's hear from everybody one by one. Okay, Tejal, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes. Let's start. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay, Tejal, you are a little less. I mean, can you be a little loud?
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible. Okay, please go on.
Uh, from the start, I have to read, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As English is internationally recognized language, everyone should learn it. And nowadays, there is a debate between people whether to learn English in English-speaking country or not. It is
Very good.
possible to claim that learning English in a non-speaking country would not make any big difference. In this essay, I shall explain my point of view by analyzing both sides of arguments. There are many reasons for learning English in a non-speaking country because as far as language is learned we need to follow the grammatical rules as it is most crucial part of learning any language. Here it is English, and grammatical rules vocabulary never change as far as English language is concerned. Also, if the language is taught in appropriate way irrespective of the country, it can be learned properly without any faults. Now the third paragraph. As far as learning English in English-speaking country makes uses of language in day-to-day life, whether it could be professional or general speaking. Hence, in such cases, one gets practice of speaking English frequently, and ultimately the saying is that practice makes man perfect. So I'm over with the third paragraph. Now the fourth paragraph. While there are arguments in both the ways in this case, but my personal opinion is that learning English in a non-speaking country would not make any difference as language is recognized at international level, adhering to its grammatical rules, and hence I would strongly recommend to not to depend upon country whether it is English speaking or not. It doesn't make any such difference in
Very good.
learning English in non-speaking country.
Very good, very good. That's a wonderful one. The only thing I would like to tell you that Tejal, you must have included few more points also in the second or the third paragraph. Okay, so as to
Okay,
make it a little more cohesive. Okay, more
okay,
cohesive using grammatical range. I mean, you should have fused two statements together. So try learning it that
oh,
you should always fuse 2 to 3 sentences together in the second or the third paragraph or the fourth paragraph also. Okay, so that what will happen is like you will be achieving those parameters. You'll be attaining those, the requirements which are required. I mean, you'll
okay.
be using the grammatical range also. So here I would say that it was a well written essay, I would say, but it was like I'll be giving you zero point 0.5 lesser just because of this, and you need to get that zero point 0.5 in order to achieve that 7. Okay, so in order to
Okay.
achieve 7, you should always use grammatical range. That is the complex sentences, I would say. The complex or the question sentence should be there. Okay. Okay, let's
Okay.
move on.
Okay.
Next, who would be doing it? So Tejal is written in a nice way. Let's move on to next. Ayush, are you
Sir, I
there?
can.
Yes, Ayush, please
Yes,
describe.
sir. Yes, sir.
Please tell about your writing.
Uh, um, in the past few decades, English is gaining a quite a lot importance on international grounds. It's also been defined as the internationally recognized language with the increasing popularity that has been showing a significant growth to the population in the population intending to learn the language by visiting foreign countries. Sorry, as it being the best alternative method for learning the language. But
Okay.
there are quite a but they are quite unaware of the fact that there are several other possible methods too. A recent study shows that only 20% of the entire world's population have learned the language. Quite a lot of people are visiting foreign English speaking regions or nations like the United Kingdom or the Europe to learn the English language. They are unaware of the fact that there could be various other methods possible too, they have an ideology that if they visit these nations, then they would get exposed to an English speaking environment,
Okay.
helping them learn and understand the language in a better way. But in a contrast, they spend too much time and money and other resources on visiting these nations to acquire the knowledge of English as a language. Whereas some very straightforward, there are some very straightforward and direct methods like approaching virtual classes or coaching institute which are physically present, as they are quite a lot cheaper and take lesser time when compared to the alternative method that I just stated earlier. After the introduction of internet, the concept of virtual classes has become quite a lot practical.
Ayush, how many
As
words it is going to be?
sorry,
We counted the words.
yes, sir.
How many words are there are around?
It- It's 263.
63. That's good. Okay. Yes. Go on. Go on. Further.
Has quite become practical, being quite accessible to a larger part of population. I almost certainly believe that direct approaches like the virtual classes or the physical tuitions present in the country should be acquired to learn the language, not only English language but other languages and knowledges too. To recapitulate, I disagree to the fact that the arguments stating that learning English language can be best done by visiting the English-speaking nations.
Okay. That's good. So okay. What I would say is like, ma'am, are you there? Hello.
Yes, I'm there. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what I would like to
Hello.
say is like, I would like to invite your opinion also. And what I feel here is like,
Yeah.
it is like, Ayush, what it was there, like you have written it on your own, not following the template. That is okay. I mean, that's quite
Actually,
acceptable.
sir,
It is
I'm not able to see the template. It's just now popped up on my screen, so I
okay.
was
Okay.
not able.
It's
Oh,
okay. It's okay.
you should have told me. I would have, send it to you personally.
Yes,
Ma'am,
it's
I
okay.
had started writing, so I just didn't
Well, it is
bother
there.
you.
Well, it is there in the book also. I forgot to tell you. Okay, leave it.
Okay.
But then also the way you have described it, I saw few things which I need to be, which you need to alert you about. That is, first of all, that it was like more of see English and less of the content. What I would like to say is, it was like more of English means more of phrases, more of other things, but it was less towards the right, towards right. The right approach toward the question was missing. Like, see,
Okay.
you have written n number of things like virtual classes and all. You have written it nicely. Okay, but you seems to be, more focused towards writing good words or good phrases or stretching the things. But if I talk about the real set of arguments, so these were virtual classes. One I've seen one or two more. So what I need to say is that on the parameter of cohesiveness, first of all, there could be a possibility that you will be marked down. So cohesiveness is, if it is not there, then there's no question arises. I mean, related to like, if I say grammatical range, so the grammatical range will go missing. Okay, so what I would like to say is, see, you should focus more onto the question, because if you'll be following more towards the question, then you'll be writing 10, those 5 to 10 points, and then you will be drafting those points further into, these using the grammatical range. You'll be putting up all those points in these paragraphs. So my
Okay.
aim was, why I have introduced today this template, was to make you sure that you don't have to beat about the bush for a, longer duration. Rather, you have to come towards the. You have to use this template. Why you are using this template is just to write those points quickly and move out. Those points which are relevant to this question. Okay, so all in all, I would like to say that you should be more, you should give more emphasis towards the points, okay, which can come, which are related to the question itself. Okay, so the related to the arguments related to the question. Okay, so try doing that. Okay, otherwise, the way you have written it, it is very nice. Okay, the way you have told me about this, I would say that it is flawless. okay, in other sense, but you should attempt more it towards in the question way, right? More number of points are required from you from both for both the arguments. That's all. Okay.
Sir,
You
actually,
can
I'm
yes.
very bad in dictating the paragraph. Would you please just read my this essay which I sent you?
You can
Would
do
be
one thing. You can take a snap and you can send it to me across. Okay, I'll be rechecking it. Okay.
yeah, I have sent it on your
Okay, Ayush.
WhatsApp.
Okay, who's next? Who will be doing it? Kamaljeet ma'am, you'll be doing it.
Once I finish it, I'll send it to you.
Okay, ma'am, it's okay. Otherwise, who else is there? Ritik is there. I have to check who's there. Yes, Ayush is there. Ritik is not there. Okay, then leave it. So, okay, people. So then we'll be now moving on to the next part of it. That is, I'll be showing you a sample answer for this. So this is the sample answer. As you can see, here it is written. Okay, so you can see that these days there is an ongoing debate among the people about the best way of studying English language. While it is possible to claim that studying English language in an English-speaking country is better, my view is that disadvantages outweigh the advantages. Well, it is not fitting here. So English can be learned through many alternative ways. In this essay, I shall be explaining my point of view by analyzing both sides of the argument. There are several ways why English can be learned well in the English speaking countries. Native English speaker speak very well and they are quite fluent and well versed with the language. It can also be argued that the environment plays a major role in learning the language. Speaking English every time is a necessity in an English speaking country, which makes learners speak English all the time and hence reduce the time of learning in a better way. It should be also be taken into account that English is now an international language and one should learn the language in such a way so that it can easily communicate with people. You can easily communicate with people from various nationalities, which would soon become a need of almost every industry. Okay. Third paragraph. Those who argue that English can be learned through an alternate or through alternative ways have a different point of view. Oh, okay. Apart from this, one can also take into account that coaching from various renowned institutions with foreign faculties. Apart from this, one can also take coaching from various renowned institutions with foreign faculties. It can also be claimed that as English have become an international language, every country has now good institutions of international level full with educated faculties who can deliver sessions on grammar and other important areas. Then there are concerns about expenditure involved. Nobody mentioned expenditure involved in studying abroad, as it would cost many times when you learn in your own country through the specialized mentors. Okay, while there are strong arguments on the both sides of the case, my personal opinion is that English can be learned in your own country by shelling out nominal amount on tuitions or coaching classes. I would strongly recommend that the benefits of studying English is in one's own country are quite reasonable. Okay, full stop. So this is done. It seems more like an advertisement of Club English. Okay, so guys, now I would be saying that this is the final thing. It is there in the recording also. You can check it out. And now we'll be winding up the class today. Anybody have any doubt, then you can ask right now. Shall we conclude?
And like you can keep on practicing